The wind and the waves definitely more noticeable out here. This deck is about 12 feet high and the water could be well above it. As Hurricane Michael moves closer, people in Panama City, Florida are getting ready.
Trying to keep the water out of those units there.
Gas stations now without fuel, while an evacuation order makes the town look deserted.
Kind of know what to expect.
Josh Kruchek is staying home for the storm. He and his son
Hey, don't forget about those top ones now.
are boarding up windows, making sure their house is ready for sustained winds above 100 miles per hour.
I think that we'll be all right here, and then we'll see what happens, Thursday morning.
The waves are already big. The storm isn't even here yet, and this is what some people are worried about.
I don't know if it's gonna work, but it's what they want it to do, so just here to help.
Not everyone is preparing for the storm though. What are you doing?
Oh, you're surfing, man.
Why?
Big waves, good time to surf.
Michael Morris drove here for the day to experience this.
It's usually like flat, and it's just, there's waves. It feels like you're actually at a wave beach.
A possible major hurricane that could bring devastating impacts to the Florida Panhandle. There are still people out walking on the beach. As of right now, there's not a curfew tonight, but of course that could change. In Panama City Beach, Matthew Seedorff, back to you. The rain and the wind picking up at Panama City Beach. High tide isn't until 1:30 this afternoon, but take a look as that water comes pushing on the shore up against the walls, and that's why the people that didn't evacuate are now barricading themselves inside. Strong winds and massive waves. Hurricane Michael continues to move closer to the Florida Panhandle. We met the Strickland family. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
Hunkering down at Treasure Island Resort in Panama City Beach.
Oh, we're just hanging out, watching the water, watching the wind.
All together inside with their friends and pets.
Where we was at, we were worried about flooding, so we decided to come to a condo where it's a little more safer.
Anxiously watching the storm from a window on the 6th floor.
Big as they are, and as rough as it is, it's just insane.
An unpredictable future for the Stricklands and Panama City.
I think it's going to be wiped out. At least everything along Front Beach and Thomas Drive is probably going to be gone.
We're about to hunker down as well as this storm is really about to pick up. We'll keep you updated during and after. In Panama City Beach, Matthew Seedorff, back to you. Look at this. The building is swaying back and forth. We're going to a lower level right now. Hurricane Michael's 100-mile-per-hour plus winds causing a 23-story condo to sway. Holy cow, look outside. On the 20th floor, photojournalist Cameron Duckworth and I ditched our room and headed for solid ground.
We're in the stairwell now.
Doors almost ripped from their hinges while an intense storm blew through Panama City Beach. On the 3rd floor, we met these people.
It starts swaying.
The building's going like this.
Like literally everything in our place starts swaying.
We would walk down 11 sets of stairs, also terrified. Hours later, Terry Mann was still shaking.
I was scared to death. I thought the building was going to collapse.
She's been through hurricanes before.
Irma, Matthew, Ivan.
But thinks Michael was different. How does this compare to those?
Way worse. Way worse. There's no comparison.
Really?
Honestly, I'm at point of tears because of our area.
A survival story that will keep spinning for those affected by Michael. Reporting in Panama City Beach, I'm Matthew Seedorff. The worst part of Hurricane Michael appears to be over for this portion of Panama City Beach, but take a look at some of the destruction. This building right here has a huge gaping hole on the left side. This one is missing a roof. That one also has some shingles missing, while that other one, that blue house right there, is missing most of its side. Now, if you follow me inside, I think this is something that you'll probably see throughout Panama City. The place that we're staying in, this condo, is without power. Now, at our last check, 20,000 people were without power in Panama City, but I would imagine it's much higher now. We actually had to bring in our patio furniture before the storm just because we were scared with the high winds. I'm going to take this off for a second to open the door. There we go. And let's take a look out back here towards the beach. You'll recall earlier we were out here, we had some serious waves coming in from this direction. Now they're coming in from this way, so that's changed. Looking down, Looks like the water is still very high, still very rough. As we watch this very closely, we're not quite out of the woods just yet, still very windy, but it's definitely improving conditions here compared to where we were at earlier. In Panama City Beach, Matthew Seedorff, back to you. Now that the sun's up, we are getting to see that first look of devastation here in Panama City Beach, and joining me is Randy Simmons. Randy, this is your condo, the roof now gone.
Gone, yes.
And we also noticed that you wrote your name here on your wrist. What's that about?
Well, just be identified easier and quicker.
Just in case, or?
Just in case, because you know when you go through these hurricanes, you don't know what's going to happen or where you're going to end up. You know, because there is a good chance that you might not survive.
Unbelievable, and I know a lot of people probably did that as well, not just you. But if you don't mind, can we take a look inside?
Yeah, sure.
Real quick. So what are some of the things that you're seeing in these condos?
Well, just a lot of damage. I mean, you can see even this like this chunk of concrete. You know, we had some really high winds here, and the whole roof is gone.
And then what about, I know your smoke alarm was going off just a minute ago, but what else is going on? You know, water damage too?
Yeah, a lot of water damage. I mean, it's mostly wind and water damage. You know, no surge. You know, we're way out of the surge and up on the second and third floor. So the living room, the second floor is okay, but then when you go up to the third floor, in my unit, it's trash, which the second floor below me, my neighbor's, his is going to be, trash because the water's going to go down and affect his.
Okay. We'll follow you upstairs here. And I can already see some of the insulation on the carpet going up, and then this looks like a little bit of water damage here
Yeah,
too.
this water got inside this wall and ended up, it was bubbled up here. I've noticed in some of the other units below me, it's the same way. All the insulation, I took my bed and everything out yesterday afternoon to get it dried out, but this whole ceiling here is about to come down.
Yeah, you can see the sky looking right up there.
Right, yeah.
What were the winds like?
They were strong. I mean, I'm sure they were, 150? So yeah, it's really strong.
Well, I'm so sorry that you're having to go through this, and we're all thinking about and praying for you guys. What do you think it's like in Panama City Beach right now?
It's a mess. I mean, it's going to take several months, 6 months, get everything cleaned up. Our beaches, I don't know if you guys have been to the beaches, they look like they're in better shape than I thought they would be. But we ended up with a lot of wind damage and a lot of water damage.
All right, well, thinking about you guys, I know the realization of this is coming to terms with it for everyone here, and really the cleanup is just beginning. In Panama City Beach, Matthew Seedorff, back to you. Trees ripped in half and buildings now just rubble. Many in Panama City Beach
That sounds a little better.
seen the damage for the first time.
This whole ceiling's about to come down.
You can see his name on his wrist.
Well, that way if somebody found me floating around, it'd be easy to, quick and easy to see who I am.
Randy Simmons survived the storm, but his condo didn't.
The whole complex, we're going to have a whole new roof on everything. It's tough to look at, just taking a big loss like this.
Take a look at this car, completely destroyed. There's trees and power lines down all over Panama City Beach. Many people just doing the best they can to clean up. Some businesses now forced to start over.
We're missing most of our roof right here.
Elise Maples is the dive master at Panama City Diving.
The windows blew out and it kind of just did a suction cup.
Like other shops, they lost everything.
It's devastating. Every time I come in here, it just makes me want to cry, but I just know that all we can do is just start the cleanup process.
A cleanup that's just beginning along the Florida Panhandle, but many are trying to stay positive.
By the end of the year, we should have the whole place. I think Panama City will be back up going.
The Sam's Club is one of the first stores open in Panama City since the hurricane. If you want to go ahead and go right there. The line wraps around the parking lot, some people waiting for hours to get inside. A long line of shopping carts wraps around this Sam's Club parking lot in Panama City. And how long have you guys been in line?
About 2.5 hours.
It's one of the only places that's reopened since Hurricane Michael.
It's not violent, but still, it looks like a war zone out here.
National Guard troops watch over the sometimes stressed crowd.
I don't have any diapers, but we're working on it. Get that out of my face.
But a much-needed trip to the store for people like Dan Estes.
Some water for us, some food. We just bought batteries and stuff, and we bought a generator.
People also waiting in a long line for gas. This car, it's already empty.
Now we out of gas, we pushing, bro. Yeah, no jokes. We're trying to make sure everybody know we serious.
Charles Wade is fueling up after sitting in traffic for 5 hours.
I'm getting much needed gas. We're running on fumes.
Many customers leaving with full tanks of gas or carts filled with food and water. Now going back to homes that might be destroyed.
Everybody's alive. I don't think anybody in our neighborhood got hurt, and there was a lot of damage. So given the circumstances, we're doing fine.
Again, no running water, no power, very spotty cell phone service out here. Last night there was a curfew until sunrise this morning. I'm expecting that again tonight. In Panama City, Matthew Seedorff, back to you.